Hey sweet friends, today we are making some gorgeous fun fall DIYs I know you're going to love. Fall crafting just makes my heart so happy, and I love how we get started early on YouTube so it makes the season last even longer. Please leave me a big thumbs up if you are also excited for fall. But today we are going to be getting inspired by some of the gorgeous Kirkland's fall decor pieces that they are coming out with, and going to be getting inspired by them and recreating them on a budget. This first project gets me so excited and brings me back to all of the fun scarecrows and fun fall projects that I used to make for craft fairs, but I just love it so much. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Okay, so the second I found this rug on the website, I knew I had to recreate it. You can see it's super pricey at $40, and Dollar Tree has some rugs out for just $1, and I felt like this was so beautiful and it looked pretty simple to recreate, so I know we could do this. So the first thing I did was, like I said, pick out a rug from Dollar Tree. I did want to make sure that I did pick out one where the carpet was kind of looking like it was going to be easy to paint instead of more of like the rough texture ones that they have. So I picked out this one as a blank canvas. I taped off where the hat was going to go and went in with some acrylic paint and went ahead and painted that dark brown. Now this rug did soak up way more paint than I expected, so I did have to use quite a bit and just kind of dab it on there to make sure it got down in the grooves, but it made the perfect line against the painter's tape, although I did decide to go ahead and make that hat a little bit wider so it come down on the scarecrow's face a little bit more. So I just scooted down that piece of painter's tape and then painted that again, and then it was time to get started on the face. I love this trick. I've always done this, but you take a piece of paper, fold it in half, and cut out the eye shape that you want, and then you have two because you folded it over, and then you can kind of place them where you want them, see exactly where they want to go, and when you trace them they are symmetrical. And then using some black acrylic paint, going in and filling that in, and then I'll be creating the little scarecrow's face. I love painting faces such as scarecrow faces or little snowman faces, so I'm just kind of looking at the photo on the website and copying it. It had the little stitches, and then I gave it a triangle nose that we're going to paint into a candy corn, and then I added some little eyelashes. I just love doing that. I think it adds an extra bit of cuteness to it, and then painted in the yellow, orange, and white, and then I added in some extra little details. Now this is something I know different people will have mixed feelings about. I am going to be placing this rug on my front patio. We do not enter our house through this door. We always come in on the side, so it's a low traffic area. No one ever steps out there unless we are stepping out for fun, just to set out there, so we don't come in with like our dirty shoes very often at all. So I'm able to set this little rug with the glued on sunflowers, but you could always paint them on or add the little words, but I opted to go with the floral versus painting on the different words. But I love how adorable this turned out, and we was able to recreate it for much less of a budget, and the yellow just gives it that extra splash of color. So next I found this adorable sign with a green truck, and I instantly loved it. Now you can see this is a 20 by 16 canvas, so it is going to be a lot bigger, so we can't compare those side by side. This was $55, but I was able to create kind of the same look on a budget just using what I could find at Dollar Tree right now. So I'm not finding a ton of fall right now as far as signs and like nicer stuff that I'm seeing online, but I'll definitely be checking my stores again soon. But to get the same look of this, I am using just an everyday tropical sign in the rectangle shape, and then I am using some of my new Dollar Tree wallpaper and putting this down over it. Now you can opt for scrapbooking paper if you do have like the Hobby Lobby ones on hand. Anything would work. I'm just excited to get to use this new product. I cut it down to size, and then in the sign in the photo it had like the gray and white gingham print across the bottom, so I am taking a piece of scrapbooking paper from Hobby Lobby and cutting that down so it does give it that same little strip at the bottom. Speaking of this gray gingham pattern, have you all seen the new Pioneer Woman plates at Walmart? That is this pattern. I think they are adorable. I ordered me a couple of sets of them as well as just a few extra individual plates, but they are so gorgeous. I feel like they would be so fun to mix into fall, and then after fall is over you could put them with Christmas decor or just every day, but I am obsessed with them and I splurge. So I love them so much. Let me know if you ever purchase any of the Pioneer Woman. I never really get any of the floral pieces because it just really don't match my neutral decor, but I love whenever she comes out with like a more neutral or subtle pattern, especially when it's this gray gingham, because that's my favorite. So you can see I used one of the Crafter Square wooden trucks, painted that my favorite moss color green, and then using one of the Fall Harvest metal words. Now I had this left over from last year in my crafting box, so I'm hoping that Dollar Tree puts them out again. The cute thing about this sign is that it had all of these little like free-handed little painted leaves and vines and all the way around it, which I thought really just give it something extra and made this piece really special. So that's what I'm doing. I love just freehanding. Even if it doesn't look the best, it's still fun to do and it turns out really pretty whenever you do have like the full piece put together. So just filling this in with some fun little hand-painted vines, and that's how simple it was to get the same look. Like I say, it's not going to be as big. This was a super pricey piece, but if you are looking to decorate your home this fall on a budget, I feel like this is such a gorgeous way to introduce the same trends and colors into your home without breaking the bank. I was able to grab several of those wooden trucks the day I found them, so I was inspired how Kirkland's took a galvanized truck and filled it full of fall florals. So that's what I'm doing here. I took some of my favorite spray paint. I love this hammered spray paint, how it gives such like nice textures. So it kind of looks like galvanized, but also like hammered metal. And then I am using some Dollar Tree florals and just kind of placing in anything that I like and the different colors. You could keep this neutral or add in all of the splash of fall colors. I added in a little bow that I tied really quick using some Walmart ribbon, and that's how easy it was. This will be so adorable setting on a shelf or a tiered tray, and put some little Hobby Lobby beads inside. And then I found this super easy wheat and eucalyptus wreath. I thought it was so adorable with the burlap bow. Now, this is on a budget. If I was going to make a wreath for my door, I would like to get something a little bit bigger, so I would usually go to Walmart and look what they have. But if you are wanting to create something like this from the Dollar Tree, then you can grab one of their little wreaths. And then I sprayed this with the London gray color, which is kind of more of like a brown color, and made my burlap bow. It was so fun creating this. I feel like I haven't made a burlap bow in quite a while, at least using ribbon instead of just jute twine, but I always loop over the top and then cut a piece for the tails and then tie it together with a piece of string. The piece in the photo or on the website did have super long tails on their bows, so I wish I would have left it a little bit longer, but I still feel like it's really cutesy. And why I was so excited to make this was because Dollar Tree has out this gorgeous floral out right now, these hanging pieces, as well as like tons of fall greenery, and I just love them so much. I thought it looked just like the photo, so I did attempt to put in some white sunflowers, and I didn't like it. I wanted it to look more like the photo, so I just left those off and then just filled it up with all of these fun fall bouquet pieces. I hot glued them in place and then secured it with some more jute twine. I tried to make the bow really wide so it would cover all of the ends I was hot gluing from the floral pieces, but then I didn't like how bare the middle was, so I just tied another little loop and tucked that down in the center, and it made it look really full. So I love that I went ahead and took an extra second to do that. But this is really fun. I just set it on a table right now, but this would be so cute hanging from a door, over a cabinet, but just a perfect little neutral fall decor piece, and you could even add pumpkins at the bottom. Thank you all so much for coming along and joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this first taste of fall crafts and creating some Kirkland's inspired pieces. It is so much fun shopping our higher end stores and then knowing that we can make that a lot cheaper. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy crafting. Bye.